Hi guys, Grant Richardson here. I'm going to share with you a grammar mistake that stops most Chinese candidates from scoring 7 in the IELTS speaking test. By Chinese, I mean native speakers of Cantonese or Mandarin. Luckily, this mistake is very easy to avoid once you know what it is. Before I tell you what the mistake is, let me give you some examples and see if you can hear it. Number 1. Although I don't agree with this statement, but I can understand why some people do. Number 2. Even though I've never been to university, but I have a pretty good job. Number 3. Because the check-in counter for my flight was very crowded, so I almost missed my flight. Did you hear them? No? Okay, let me say them again, this time correctly, and see if you can hear the difference. Number 1. Although I don't agree with this statement, I can understand why some people do. Number 2. Even though I've never been to university, I have a pretty good job. Number 3. Because the check-in counter for my flight was very crowded, I almost missed my flight. Did you hear the difference? These are examples of complex sentences. Complex sentences contain multiple clauses that are joined by words like although, because, even if, even though, if, rather than, since, unless, when, whereas, which, and while. These are just a few examples of what we call subordinating conjunctions. They link the main clause to a subordinate clause, which is also called a dependent clause. The subordinate clause starts with a subordinating conjunction. For example, although I enjoy going to the movies, I prefer to watch movies online. It's called a dependent clause because with the conjunction although, the subordinate clause or dependent clause does not contain enough information to form a sentence on its own. It needs the other clause to complete it. In contrast, the main clause has enough information to form a sentence on its own. I know in Chinese you use both conjunctions in one sentence. For instance, in Cantonese you say "雖然乜乜乜但係乜乜乜." But in English you only need the conjunction to begin a dependent clause. So don't say although I do enjoy going to the movies, but I normally watch movies at home. And similarly, don't say because the check-in for my flight was very crowded, so I almost missed my flight. This mistake doesn't cause any difficulty for the listener, but it just sounds wrong. So if you have a look at the band descriptors, you'll see that to score a 6, you use a variety of complex and simple sentences, but with frequent mistakes, mostly in complex sentences. However, the mistakes do not cause problems for the listener. If they cause enough problems, your grammar score will drop to a 5. To score a 7, you need to use a variety of complex sentences and frequently use them correctly, just like I've demonstrated. By the way, this also applies to the writing test. So make sure you use a variety of complex sentences and avoid this simple grammar mistake, and you'll be much more likely to score 7 for grammar in the IELTS speaking test. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please like, share or comment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.